Satsang. Thank you for joining today, devotees. So, philosophy of Krishna consciousness is very simple. Be on Krishna's side. Simple. Be on Lord Rama's side. Very simple. So, we must sign up that there are two parties. I can be on my mind side, or I can be in a no man's zone. Sometimes when you ask someone, what do you want to do? They will say, I don't know. Right? It's like a no man's zone. I don't want to say that I'm on my mind side, nor do I feel I'm on Krishna's side. What is the zone? I don't know zone. How many of you think we are on I don't know zone? Right? So we should not be an I don't know zone. I don't know is an agnostic zone. When you say I don't know zone, we are actually on the side of the mind only. But to make things worse, we are not actually asserting that, we are not identifying that we are actually on the side of the mind. But it's better than saying, I don't care for any zone. I'll just do what I feel like doing. That's better than that, right? There is sense of doubt. That's good, better, but it's actually no good if you have to attain peace. So we have to be on Krishna's side. Jayatu Panduputranam Yesham Pakshe Janardana. Why did the Pandavas win? Because they had Krishna on their side. Simple. So if you have Krishna on your side, you will win. Krishna is on your side, so you should win. But what happens is right now, we don't cooperate with Krishna. We don't cooperate with Krishna. Just like this mic is there, this mic is cooperating with me. And if it cooperates with me, it can fulfill its function of performing as a mic. Similarly, Krishna is looking to elevate me through the Bhagavad Gita, but I am not cooperating with Krishna. So this is called misery, basically, where Krishna is trying to help me, but I'm saying, Krishna, I am not on your side. I am not on the Acharya side. I am on my own. I will figure it out myself. Now, this is a very dangerous position to be in. And we must immediately sign, as soon as we hear the message of Bhagavad Gita, immediately we must sign on the dotted line. Sign on the dotted line saying that, Krishna, I am on your side. From now on, whatever you say, I will do. Thereby, I am safe. Just like if you follow all the training that you have to do on your corporate, whatever you have to do, you are safe. The message will not go to your manager that so and so has not completed a training. Right? You are safe. You are clear. Right? Similarly, if we are following Krishna's instruction, then you are safe. Right? The material circumstances, all Krishna's instruction takes care of everything. Just like, imagine the CEO, say you work for say Pradyum Prabhu works for, what company do you work for? Open Dealer Exchange. So then Pradyum Prabhu's Open Dealer Exchange CEO comes and tells Pradyum Prabhu, you know what? Just do 1, 2, 3, That's good, right? Then he said, I have so many internship projects. My director has told, that's all good, I'll figure it out. But you do 1, 2, and then you'll get a direct hire. Good. I'll convert you from an internship to a full-time hire. Right? Because he has the whole visibility of the strategy of the whole company. He knows everything. What this manager does, what his senior manager does, everything he knows. And he tells you, if you just do it, I'll take care of you. Just do this, I will take care of you. Then if Pradyum Prabhu is intelligent, you just do, okay, fine. You are saying you are the CEO, right? If you yourself are saying, there can be no problem for my, right, internship or whatever it is. I'm more or less clear. I'm safe, right? You'll feel a sense of safety. even though you are going beyond what your internship calls for, because the CEO is saying this is what you need to do. Similarly, if you want to be safe in life, right, pakka, right, safe, things can go up and down. I am following Krishna's instruction. Done. Simple. I am under the direct protection of the Supreme Lord. Can there be any problem? Is there anything else in this world that is not under the supervision of the Lord? No. Mayadhyakshena prakritihi suyate sacharacharam hetuna anena kaunteya jagat viparivartate. Maya adhyakshena prakriti. This whole prakriti, he is the CEO. Brahma, Indra, Varuna, even Lord Shiva, everyone is under Krishna's control. Krishna said, Aham Adirhi Devanam. I am the Adi Deva, Krishna saying. Aham Adirhi Devanam. Everyone is under my control, Krishna saying. So if he simply follows Krishna's order, you are safe. What is the problem? And it is a decision we have to make. Right? Do I want to be safe? Like done. I don't want to play with uncertainty. I don't want to feel just like you're going through school and you see there are many schools, but everyone they finish 12th grade, but they are not going to good colleges. But suddenly, you see you are in a school and everyone who's going to 12th grade, they are going to IIT, NIT or Stanford or MIT or Rutgers, or they're going to Ivy League schools. Then you say, very good, safe, good, I'm safe. You'll feel a sense of safety because I'm in the right school. But imagine if you dropped out of that school, you had that opportunity, you were there in 5th grade, but you dropped out of that school. And then sometimes some classes you attend, some classes you are not attending. Some classes you are attending, some classes you are not attending. So you are like in the border. That's not a good place to be. If you just sign up as a part of that school, there is a good chance you're going to make to an Ivy League. And then your future is settled. Similarly, we must be intelligent to sign on the dotted line to say, I am going to follow Krishna's instruction. What is Krishna's instruction? Very simple. Accept me as your Lord. Mad bhaktaha, man manabhava, remember me. Accept my order. What order? Remember me. That's all. Remember me with love. That's all Krishna's ordering. Remember me always. Understand I am protecting you. Mad bhaktaha, madhyaji, mam namaskuru. Very simple. Just remember that through all the ups and lows, I have to cooperate with Krishna. That Krishna is in control. Krishna will take care of me. If you have this understanding, that is Krishna consciousness. That's all. Everything else is a detail. That I want to be safe under Krishna's protection. I don't want to be in any other place. I want to be safe. Do you know of any place where there is safety in this world? Is there any place in this world where there is safety? Guaranteed safety. Any place. Safe. How many of you think your career is safe? Your health is safe? No. Right? Or you could say my retirement corpus, I will make so much. No, can't say. Or my life is safe. No, we can't say anything is safe. Hot water. So, we don't know what actually is safe. No place is safe actually. So the only place we have to be very intelligent, and we can make ourselves very comfortable. Like you couch on that sofa. Similarly, you can couch on Krishna's lotus feet. And then just stay there. That's it. Which means I'm under your protection. I'll just follow you. Things can go here, there, because many lifetimes have passed. This lifetime, I'm not going to miss it. I have gotten the right knowledge. I'm going to follow you. After this lifetime, I'm going to go back to Godhead. Right? So in this way, you make a decision. Decision is called surrender. What is so difficult? Why should we be so doubtful? What do we lose? Right? And what do we gain being in this doubt? Should I be on my mind? What do you gain? Do you gain anything? Being in this forever doubt. Should I listen to Krishna? What else will you listen to? You listen to the mind. So what do we gain by this doubt? Anyone? Do we gain anything by this doubt of being apprehensive on signing on the dotted line? We don't gain anything. We might not be able to follow all the rules and regulations. Krishna said, it doesn't matter. You just understand and accept, I am yours. That's all. You accept that I am the supreme object of your life. This much you accept. Rules and regulations, whatever you are able to do, gradually you come. That's fine. But you accept within your heart that I belong to you. I will never leave you. You accept within your heart. That's what Krishna is wanting. Rules, whatever you can follow. You chant 4 rounds, 8 rounds, 12 rounds, 16 rounds, forever you want to chant, that's fine. Reading, able to read Bhagavad Gita, 1 shloka, 2 shloka, whatever you can read, that's fine. But accept yourself as Krishna's. I am sold out to Krishna. And whenever you see yourself, what is the symptom of someone who has accepted themselves as Krishna's? Wherever you go, you will feel very safe. Wherever you go, you will feel very safe. You'll never feel threatened. You'll never feel anxious. No, because I am Krishna's. So within the bottom of your heart, you know that yes, Krishna will take care of me. I've signed it up. Yes, I am Krishna's. Krishna will take care of me. And Krishna really is concerned about you. Don't think I am someone beyond the purview of Krishna. What will Krishna care for me? Don't think like that. That I'm too little to be concerned by Krishna. Krishna will have udasina buddhi. No, not like that. Krishna values each one of us. Every moment he values each one of us. And all we have to do is to reciprocate with Krishna. Krishna, I love you back. I left you and I'm serving this matter. I'm not happy. I've forgotten you. I've come back. Please accept me. That's all. That's all. So if I do that, then I become very peaceful. I become very peaceful. Every other situation is peaceless. Spiritual life also can become peaceless. When we try to make spiritual advancement, how will I chant? How will I read? How will I do that? How will I do? How will I make progress? Whether there is body or not, whether there is soul or not, this or that. Like that also can be what to say. This can also be peaceless. There is material peacelessness. There is also spiritual peacelessness, because there are so many paths. This person is saying that. This person is saying that. This person, that person. You can become peaceless like that also. How will I make spiritual advancement? Will I go back to Gaura or not? I mean, in one sense, that's good. Okay, fine. But we must be very sure that I have taken shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. Krishna will not leave me. So this will solve, this taking shelter of Krishna will solve your material peacelessness and also spiritual peacelessness. Spiritual peacelessness. And we can be very sure, just calm down and then simply chant Krishna's names and say, Krishna, I take shelter of you. Please take care of me. That's it. That's it. If you accept that I want to be under Krishna's protection, then good, great. Our life is settled. When we die or whatever happens, definitely we'll go back to Godhead. No problems in this life and the next life. Assured we will go back to Godhead. Assured. Whatever be your past, Krishna doesn't care. Krishna says, I write off your past. It's like, you have like lot of debt. You go to the bank and said, I can't do anything. You raise both your hands and said, I cannot do anything. So they write it off. Okay, fine. I write off. Similarly, Krishna writes, doesn't matter. Whatever you have done, that's fine. I'll write off everything. Sarvadharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam. Write off. Your papam written off. Your punyam written off. Begin a new lease of life. I will take charge of you. Hold my hand. Right? And there are a lot of thorns. You can't get out of these thorns yourself. So we have surrounded ourselves with a lot of thorns. So Krishna exactly knows how to take us out of the thorns. Krishna says, just hold my hand. So you hold Krishna's hand, Krishna will nicely take you out of the thorn and remove you from this complexities we have created and then take us back to Godhead. That's what. Simple. Right? Very simple. Right? So how many of us want us want ourselves to hold our hand to Krishna. Very nice. That's all. That's what is Krishna consciousness. We have to cooperate. Krishna is holding his hand for millions of lifetimes. But we are like that. We are like that. I'll pretend you don't exist. Right? That's what we are doing. Actually, at least I am doing. I'll pretend you don't exist. Right? This is what. So this should not be insensitive to Krishna. Right? We should reciprocate with his love. Reciprocate with his affection. He is coming to us. So we must reciprocate. Krishna, I love you back. I'll follow you. I love you back. You're trying to help me. You see? So in this way, we must have a personal relationship with Krishna. When you have a personal relationship with Krishna, everything becomes very easy. Material life becomes very easy. Spiritual life also becomes very easy. But without a relationship with Krishna, if you try to sort out house is there, Sankhya, Jnana, Ashtanga Yoga, this, that, okay, good luck. Good luck. How do I overcome my mind? My mind is very distracted. This person said this about me, that person said this about me. If it is true, change yourself. If it is not true, don't care. Pray for them. Right? If someone says something about me, if it is true, very good. Very good. Because I am not able to recollect my own mistakes. You are helping me understand. Right? And many of the times it might be true. Sometimes they're just envious. And you say, if they're envious, then we pray for them. If they're envious, maybe. Correct. So like that, that's it. So in this way, we must make our life very simple. Depend on Krishna, and Krishna's assuring, I'll take charge of you. That's what is Bhagavad Gita. And we are telling, when we chant the Hare Krishna mantra, we are basically signing on the dotted line. And after you sign on the dotted line, chanting Hare Krishna mantra is very jolly. It's happily you chant. You don't chant, it's not boring chanting. Because you signed on the dotted line. Husband and wife are going to get engaged. Engagement has been nishchitam by the fathers and mother, parents of both sides. After then, you will text as a ritual or text as an enjoyment to your spouse, to your would-be. Will you text as a ritual or text as enjoyment? Enjoyment. Keep on texting. Night texting, morning texting, afternoon texting. Why texting constantly? Because he's my wife, she's my wife, he's going to be my husband. Is it not? So you're constantly texting. Is it not? Similarly, one who has understood that he's my Krishna. Will you chant like Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna? My mind is very distracted. No, my Krishna, my Lord. He's mine. He's my master. He's my husband. Right? So in this way, one must feel possessive about Krishna. That's what Krishna wants. What does Krishna want? Does Krishna want our chanting like that? Krishna is not interested in that. What does Krishna want? Our flowers? No, Krishna wants our money. No, Krishna wants our puris. No, Krishna wants our cakes. What does Krishna want? Krishna wants, to hear that we say, Krishna, I belong to you only. I want you. I want to love you. I like you. That's what Krishna wants to hear from us. So when we feel possessive about Krishna, is my Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. That's it. Done. So then Harinam becomes very tasty, very jolly, enjoyment. We see this here in movie songs. So the hero says, I've been chanting your name. Whenever I hear your name, I feel like, I should not sleep, I should not eat, I don't feel like drinking water, sun is like moon, moon is like sun, fire is like snow, snow is like fire, right? Right, I forgot everything, I understood why I was born. Whatever we say, right? The best love affair. What do you think is the best love affair, that you have heard about? Romeo and Juliet or Nala and Damayanti. How many of you think you have had a love affair that feels like Romeo and Juliet, or had a love affair that felt like Romeo and Juliet? That you can die for Romeo, you can die, How many of you felt like that you had a love affair? No one, right? Really? Okay. That's pretty honest, right? But it went away, correct? Yeah. So that's, yeah, that's possible, So my point is, when we feel like that, especially the initial first time we experiment with any love affair, it feels like, wow, very fresh, right? Very intimate, all of that. But then it goes off, right? We don't feel like I can sacrifice my life for this person, like Romeo or Juliet did, right? I can do anything. But the love that we have for Krishna is where we really experience that love affair. The real love affair that's there in Romeo and Juliet is there only on literature. It's not there in reality. The reality of Romeo and Juliet is experienced in the pastimes of Krishna with his gopis, Krishna with his, with his associates. This is the real reality, of the real love. So we should experience this and not make spiritual life difficult or material life difficult. Any questions or comments? Any questions? How many of you think this process is very easy? This process of yoga is very easy. Not easy?
Process is easy.
What is difficult?
Listening is easy. Implementing. Theory is easy.
No, we must express, at least you must know the technique. You must know the process. The process is not trying to do it yourself. If you try to do it yourself, it's going to be very difficult. The goal of Ashtanga Yoga, the goal of Bhagavad Gita is to not make us discipline our mind. It is to shower our love for Krishna. Right? So we must try to feel that way, that I have been meant for Krishna. I'm meant for Krishna. Krishna has taken over me. Krishna is real. So this is what we have to move our meditation in this direction. Even if you are not able to follow this 10%, we must know how we must meditate. We must not just haphazardly think, like that I chant Hare Krishna mantra, magically something will happen. No, we must have feeling towards Krishna and direct our meditation in this channel. That how do I reciprocate with Krishna? Right? So we must not make our process of meditation, process of chanting, a mechanical process. We must make it a personal exchange of love. It's a time. Chanting is not a time you roll the beats. Chanting is a time where we drop our hesitation. For millions of lifetimes, we have had that hesitation to reciprocate with Krishna. Right? And we must give ourselves to Krishna, not bartend 2 rounds, 4 rounds, 8 rounds. I'll do 1 shloka. So Krishna is hurt by that. So this is called Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. So Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti means you are doing like, I'll do 4 rounds for you, 2 rounds, 8 rounds, 16 rounds, 4 rounds, 8 rounds, 1 shloka, 2 shloka, only Saturday. I'll leave onion garlic. Okay, I'll do this. Okay, I will quit meat. So this is Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti means my dear Krishna, my Krishna, my Krishna, my Krishna. You feel that so much, the possessiveness so much, that you feel like doing 64 rounds, 128 rounds. I'm not on that stage, honestly, but I'm just saying the philosophy. Where you feel, I want to constantly chant his name because Krishna is the reality, he is the absolute truth. I am his part and parcel. So Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti is faster way of progression than Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, where you associate with Krishna by rules. If your spouse told you, I'll send you 3 texts every day, how will you feel? You're not married yet. I'll send you 3 texts and you'll do 1 call for 15 minutes. 15 minutes is over. Bye-bye. I'm hanging up. How will you feel? Hurt? Hurt, right? If you said 15 minutes is over, no? Okay. So, I mean, in a sense, if you have imposed some love, if you have invested some love in someone, if you've invested some love, you will feel hurt, is it not? Because, or let's say, I'll give the example of What was the dog's name? Otis. Okay, so Otis told, you know, Vamshi Prabhu, you know, you took me for a walk for 10 minutes, I'm bored with you. I'm done. Right? You will feel hurt, right? 10 minutes is over. Right? I'm done. I'm done walking with you. Right? Now let Purnima Mataji come and take me for a walk. You'll feel hurt, right? Because I want to have a relationship. That we want ideally to have a relationship with Krishna. And relationship means I want to constantly be with you. So Krishna wants us to have a relationship with him, right? I want to be with you. I want you to make me a part of your life, correct? So not simply sign off rituals. I depend on him. I want you in my life forever, for always. I never want to leave you. So this sense of intimacy is what Krishna wants, not signing off this rule, that rule is over. This is, if you do that way, then we can't understand what actually is bhakti. What actually is bhakti, right? So bhakti begins when we are able to relax our own rules and regulations. What do I say? Relax our own rules and regulations. We have rules about how much I can give for Krishna. That we have a rule. 4 rounds. So much. Right? I only can offer so much affection only I can give for Krishna. So I have a rule. So when I'm ready to break those rules that I have placed in me going to Krishna, that is the beginning of my love for Krishna. So the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra means to break our rules. We are very eager to break rules. So to break our own rules that we have imposed to go to Krishna, break those rules. Krishna, I can do everything for you. I can embrace all the rules for you. What? Ultimately, all the rules, what is the purpose? To accept you within the core of my heart. To embrace you, to embrace your lotus feet, to embrace your holy name, to embrace your form, to embrace your beautiful qualities, to embrace your pastimes. This is the purpose of all these rules. Now embrace you only. So with that embracing, you embrace all the rules together. You don't embrace the rules first in Krishna consciousness. You embrace the person first. When you embrace the person, the process follows, the rules follows. Right? So don't understand Krishna consciousness as a process-based framework, like a project management, like a, what do you say, like a DMAIC or Six Sigma or agile frameworks. Not like that, right? Krishna is not like that. He's not a framework we fit in. 16 rounds, 4 regulative principles, offer your praise, 1, 2, 3, 4, Arati, Arati, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, over, done. I'm a devotee. Dhoti, tilak, this, that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And every Saturday you come. Okay, now you have come into the framework of a devotee. Great. That's not what is Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness means to pour our feeling to Krishna within our heart until the point where you are able to do everything for Krishna. So the goal we have is Ramya Kachit Upasana Vrajavadu Yena Kalpita. So the Upasana, how should this Upasana be? What should it be guided? Mahaprabhu is telling Ramya Kachit Upasana Vrajavadu Yena Vrajavadu Ya Kalpita. Right? That Upasana, how to love Krishna, whom do we learn? From a female. Which female? Vrajavadhu. From young girls we learn this. Which young girls? Young girls of Vraja. So they are teaching us Vraja Vadu Ya Kalpita. Ramya Kachit Upasana. Which Upasana? Upasana done by Durvasa Muni, Vishwamitra Muni, Shukadeva Goswami. There are many, many great male rishis. We learn from them? No. Vrajavadu Vargena Ya Kalpita. You go to these Vrajavadhus, the young cowherd girls, and understand how they express love for Krishna. Whatever they teach us, we accept. Right? So this is the means, So we should not mistake this to be like a process space. And this is what is the significance of actually Rath Yatra. So Rath Yatra means that we see how Mahaprabhu, when he was in Puri, he was exhibiting transcendental ecstatic symptoms actually. So the next 3-4 weeks I'll talk about Rath Yatra, some pastimes from Chaitanya Charitamrita, about how Mahaprabhu's mood was actually. So I'll read one shloka of Bhagavad Gita maybe, so that I just want to read some purport of Prabhupada, so all of us have some opportunity. So or maybe so I'll maybe read from Chaitanya Charitamrita. I mean, sorry, Prabhu, you can take it back because it's 7:30 already, my bad. I started very late, so I want to finish in 20-25 minutes. So if we read Bhagavad Gita, then I can't focus on Chaitanya Charitamrita. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to this world to experience the feelings that the devotees go through. Okay? The feelings that the devotee feels for Krishna is so intimate, that this desire within Krishna arose when, at the time of Surya Grahana, during Kurukshetra, after 48 years, Krishna leaves Vrindavan. He doesn't come back. All the gopis are hankering for Krishna. Krishna used to walk like this. And when Uddhava ji went to Vrindavan to actually understand the mood of the gopis, he was perplexed, he was astounded. He tried to teach them the Krishna you're looking for is your own very Paramatma, is within everyone's heart. But the gopis were not satisfied with that instruction. They were not satisfied. So there are 3 forms of realizing the Lord. So Gaudiya Vaishnavism is actually giving us the highest understanding of the absolute truth. The first understanding of the absolute truth, which the Advaitins, the Jnanis realize, is as the Brahman, as the Brahma Vastu, which is present everywhere. It is the Vyapya Vastu. It is present everywhere. Krishna is talking about, this is the material in the Bhagavad Gita 13th chapter. Avibhaktam cha bhuteshu vibhaktam ivacha sthitham. He is present everywhere. Dhurastam tantiketat. Many places he is present. This Brahma Vastu is avijneyam. Cannot be known. Anirvachaniyam. It cannot be spoken of. It is beyond the mind. It is beyond speech. The Shastras speak in so many ways, especially the Upanishads speak of this Brahma Vastu. The Upanishads also speak of the absolute truth in terms of the Paramatma who is present within the heart of every living entity as Narayana, Dvau Suparnau Sayuja Shakhaya. So there is Paramatma within our heart. Like there are 2 birds sitting on a tree, there is a Jiva and the Paramatma. Upanishads also talk about that. Bhagavad Gita also talks about that. Sarvasya chaham hrisannivishto matta smriti jnanam apohanam cha vedais sarvairahameva vedyo vedantakrit vedavitteva chaham. Bhagavad Gita also talks about that. This is the form of the Lord as Paramatma, who is a person, Angushta Matram. He is like the size of the thumb. He is present within the heart of everyone. But the highest understanding of the absolute truth is when you approach him as a person with beautiful form, with beautiful qualities, with beautiful pastimes. And amongst all those forms, the best of those forms is when Krishna hides his opulence and comes as a simple person playing the flute on the banks of Yamuna in the Panchama Swara, right? On the 5th note he's playing. This is the most attractive form for the devotees, right, when he's exhibiting none of his qualities as though he's the Lord. Krishna's completely hiding his uh, qualities that make anyone think of him as God. And this form of Krishna, where one relates him as a person, is the most attractive. It is the most attractive. It bewilders everyone's mind. It bewilders the minds of the gopis. It bewilders the minds of even those who are liberated. Bewilders the minds of even those who are liberated. Right? There was one nice devotee who came, Haripashad Prabhu. I really liked one shloka. He said, he told, Kesha muktaha guno muktaha na adbhutam suratotsave chitra muktaha punar mukta su manaso apicha. So hearing this flute of Krishna, Kesha mukta, Brahma, Kesha means, Ka means, Lord Brahma, and Isha is Lord Shiva. Kesha mukta guno mukta. Right? So guna means the ropes. The ropes we are tied down by are mukta, they are freed. And guna, I mean, this is a little elevated, but still I'm speaking. Guna means all the ropes that were having the gopis stay in the house, that were also, they could not, none of the husbands of the gopis or the relatives of the gopis could keep them. So guna muktaha, all the ropes that were binding them to their household, that was also liberated when they heard the flute of Krishna. And another meaning is, of course, all the gopis, their garments loosened. Guna muktaha, the knots, the garments loosened. Of course, one must not think this is like mundane lust, because mundane lust cannot happen collectively. Right? Mundane lust will always happen in seclusion. But this is the pure sense of love that is existing between the living entity and the Lord. And because of that, all the gopis felt irresistibly attracted. Na adbhutam suratotsave chitra muktaha punar muktaha. And chitra muktaha punar mukta, very nice. Even the people who considered themselves liberated, punar mukta, they again understood what it means to be liberated. What does it mean to be liberated? Liberation from the idea of liberation. This is the highest liberation. They felt, what is his renunciation? What is his enjoyment of vairagya? Because vairagya sukham is the highest sukham in this material world. Bhartrihari is telling in one of the greatest kings. How many of you have heard of Bhartrihari? Has anyone heard of Bhartrihari? No? He was a very great king. I don't want to go into Charitram. He was a great jnani. He said, everything is attended with pain. Only renunciation, there is no pain. Right? Suramandira taru moola nivasa shayya bhutala majinam vasaha. Kasya sukham na karoti viragaha. Who will not be happy in renunciation? But those renunciates who are happy in renunciation, they are also saying, renunciation. When they heard about Krishna, when they heard the flute. Advaita viti patikahi upasyaha simhasana ladda dikshaha. What is this Advaita viti patikahi? What is this jnana, liberation? I don't like all of this. Bilomangal Thakur is telling. Right? I was enjoying this, but I don't like this. I was cheated by a naughty boy. And in this way, I lost all hopes of liberation. I started hating liberation. Simhasana ladda dikshaha. Can you search this shloka? Very nice shloka. Advaita vithi patikaihi. Upasyaha simhasana ladda dikshaha. Right? And then it comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So, very nice. So, we say, I was traveling this path of Advaita. Advaita viti patikahi upasyaha. And people were worshipping me, but as like this naughty boy who jokes with the gopis, he cheated me of this whole spiritual life. I left spiritual life because of him. And what did I take shelter of? This is not spiritual life, because this is not difficult. Yeah, I swayed from my path. Not I was a practitioner, I was not a sadhaka. You can Google for Advaita, Viti Patikaihi. So I was not a sadhaka, So anyway, my point is, this is the feature of the Lord. The absolute truth is best understood as a person. As a person who's playing the flute, who's performing pastimes. You have a shloka? Yes. Pause there. Shatena kenapi vayam. Shatena means what? Deceit. Shataha, shatyam. Krishna is very deceitful. If someone cheats me, will I feel happy or unhappy? Huh? But Krishna, when he cheats us of our material attachment, right, we feel very happy. So Krishna steals our material attachments. Does Krishna take our material attachments or Krishna steals our material attachments? Steals. What is the meaning of stealing and takes away?
Unknowingly taking.
Okay, that is one aspect. What is the other aspect?
Some things, get steals from us. First, we are not happy that it gets
Stolen, yes, okay. We are not happy, okay. But in this case, we are happy. But what is the aspect of stolen convey apart from taking away?
Something that we wanted and it gets taken away.
Very nice. Yes. I don't want to give it up. I want my attachments. I want my anarthas. I want to drink. I want to smoke. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want all my material nonsense. But Krishna, what does he do? He steals away. So not just for us, even for Bilva Mangal Thakur, who was like the Advaita Viti Patikahi Upasyaha, Simhasana Ladda Dikshaha. He used to give Diksha to everyone. Simhasana, he was in the Simhasanam. He was like the Acharya. Bilva Mangal Thakur. What is the third line? Shatena. Shatena kenapi vayam. He is also including all of us. He's not saying he cheated me. Right? He's telling Shatena kenapi vayam. Vayam means he's hoping that we also join in being cheated by Krishna. So we should not disappoint Bilva Mangal Thakur. Correct? Shatena kenapi vayam hatena. Right? Dasi Krita, he made me his maid servant. And who is this boy who cheated me? Gopa Vadhu Vitena. Who wits? Wit means what? Wit and humor, you say, right? W-I-T. This comes from the Sanskritam word. Gopa Vadhu Vitena. One who jokes with his gopis, right? One who cheats the gopis, he also cheated me. I got cheated. I got scammed. Krishna is telling. So Bilva Mangal Thakur is telling. So this is the highest realization. To understand Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavanati Shabdyate. So Krishna, when he left Vrindavan, the gopis could not tolerate. So Uddhavji is telling everything about Brahman regulation. Paramatma is within, without. One who's tasted the lotus feet of the Lord, one who's chanted the holy name of the Lord, relating with this a person, tasting the honey dripping from his lotus feet, tasted his beautiful Tribhanga form, one who's tasted his pastimes, one cannot even imagine meditating on the impersonal form of the Lord. For him, it is like hell. Kaivalyam narakayate. He can't relate to the absolute truth as an impersonal. Tell me I have to commit sinful activities, I will do. But don't ask me to forget Krishna. Don't make me think God is impersonal. That is like hellish. Kaivalyam narakayate. Right? Kaivalyam narakayate. Prabodhananda. Who's saying this? I forgot. So Kaivalyam Prabodhananda Saraswati, if I'm not mistaken, is telling Kaivalyam narakayate. It's like hell to me. So gopis could not tolerate this. So Krishna and Srimati Radharani and the gopis and Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda Mai, they're all meeting after 48 years. Where are they meeting after 48 years? Kurukshetra, right? During Surya Grahana. At that point of time, Krishna and Radharani are experiencing, Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda Mai, experiencing ecstatic symptoms. Ecstatic symptoms, reunion, Vipralamba and Sambhoga. Vipralamba and Sambhoga. There is separation from the Lord and there is union. Separation from the Lord, union. In this material world, when there is separation, there is misery. But in the spiritual world, separation is also ecstatic Union is also ecstatic. Actually, you know what? Separation is more ecstatic than union. And to experience this separation is the reason why Lord Ramachandra performed his pastimes in Ramayana, where Sita Devi and Rama were separated under the umbrella of simply Ravana stealing away Sita Devi. But what is happening internally? Lord Ramachandra is experiencing this ecstatic separation from Sita Devi. And Sita Devi in the Ashokavana, she's experiencing ecstatic separation. So during the whole of Ramayana and during the whole of Bhagavatam or pastimes, what do you see in common? Separation of Sita Devi and Rama and separation of Srimati Radharani and Krishna. They never get united. As soon as they get united, again they become separated. Why? That represents the situation of all of us, where we are also separated from Krishna. So Sita Devi, Srimati Radharani is teaching us actually how to experience this separation. And through this process of Vipralamba Bhav Upasana, where this Upasana, where we feel I'm separated from you, Krishna, this is a form of meditation. And how you can practice this form of meditation, and in this way, the fastest way you can go back to Godhead is through following this process of separation, Vipralamba Bhav. Vipralamba Bhav. So Krishna, when he sees Radharani, he feels that I also have to experience this bhav that she is experiencing. Anarpita Charim Chirat, if you go to the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the external reasons and internal reasons are covered. So one of the reasons is that I want to experience this bhav of what it means to be separated from Krishna. How does bhakti taste? I don't know. I don't know. So this is one thing that Krishna did not know in Dwapara Yuga. Though you say Krishna is Lord and all of that, that's okay. But one thing that Krishna did not know, what was it? What does it mean to experience separation? Right? Shri Radhayaha Pranaya Mahima Kidrisho Vanaya Iva Swadyogena Adbhuta Madhurima Kidrisho Va Madiya. Kidrishaha. How is this? How does this taste? Shri Radhayaha Pranaya Mahima. What is her greatness? Pranaya means this experience of separation. Pranaya Mahima. Kidrishova. How is it? Anayaiva Swadhyaha. I want to experience this. Swadhya means to experience, to taste this. Yena Adbhuta Madhurima. Kidrisho. What is the wonderful sweetness? Madhurima. Pranaya Mahima, and another is Madhurima. Kidrisho Va Madiyaha. Saukyam Chasya Madhanubhavataha Kidrisham Vetilovad. Another Kidrisham. Tad Bhavadyaha Samajani Shachi Garbha Sindhu Harinduhu. Right? So how does she feel, separation from me? Mad Anubhavataha. Saukyam Chasyaha Mad Anubhavataha. How does she feel? So Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu starts from this time where Krishna and Radharani meet in the Surya Grahana Kalam. And this is the same time, I think there will be a time called Gundicha Marjan. So Radharani is also experiencing separation from Krishna, right? And she's seeing Jagannath. So Jagannath, so there is Krishna meeting Radharani, Radharani meeting Krishna in Kurukshetra. The same thing, who's Mahaprabhu now? Having the separation of Krishna. He's having the mood of Radharani in separation from Krishna. And who is Lord Jagannath? Whom do you see along with Lord Jagannath? There are two more personalities along with Lord Jagannath. Who is it? Baladev and Shubhadra. And where is Krishna with Baladev and Shubhadra? Is he with Baladev and Shubhadra in Mathura or in Vrindavan or in Dwaraka? Dwaraka. Right? You could say in Mathura also in his early years, you could say like that. But predominantly, in his older years in Dwaraka. Right? So this Jagannath ji is Krishna in Dwaraka. And in Dwaraka, things are more official. So Krishna, the gopis are saying, if you are going to Mathura, actually The gopis did not know Krishna would end up going to Dwaraka. The gopis thought Krishna just going to Mathura, 20 minutes away, 2 hours walk, 3 hours walk. If I want, I'll meet Krishna. Krishna, you're going to Mathura. Mathura is a city. Vrindavan is a village. So gopis are saying, Krishna, if you go to Mathura, you'll forget me, forget all of us. Mathura people are very more like they speak very nicely. We speak very roughly. Village people, we speak very roughly. But Mathura people, they speak very nicely. They can capture you, right, very easily. In this way, the gopis were joking, right, and they do not know Krishna would end up going to Dwaraka, right. So when Krishna is in Dwaraka, though he's in Dwaraka, his mind, where is it set in? It is set in Vrindavan. It is set in Vrindavan. So Krishna in Jagannath, as Jagannath in Dwaraka, is experiencing great separation from Radharani. And when Mahaprabhu is actually pulling the Rath, he's cleaning the Gundicha. The Gundicha, because Mahaprabhu is in Dwaraka, sorry, Jagannath is in Dwaraka, that is the Puri Jagannath temple. So the Rath comes all the way from Dwaraka, which is basically the Puri Jagannath temple, to Gundicha. And what is Gundicha? Gundicha is what is the place? It is Kurukshetra. Kurukshetra, where both of them are meeting, right? Where they're experiencing separation. This is what is happening in Kurukshetra. So during this time when he comes to Gundicha, they experience great separation. And Mahaprabhu is actually doing Marjanam. And that place where you say this Gundicha temple in Puri, right? They clean this place before Lord Jagannath arrives there. And when Mahaprabhu is cleaning that place, he's experiencing great separation because my Lord is going to come. Krishna is going to come. Krishna is going to come. That person I have not seen for so long. For millions and millions of lifetimes I have not seen. This is how Mahaprabhu feels. Only 48 years you have not seen. No. Yugayitam. I have not seen Krishna for millions of yugas. That's how Mahaprabhu feels. Yugayitam nimeshena. 1 minute feels like millions and millions of lifetimes. So when Mahaprabhu is cleaning this Gundicha Mandir, he's experiencing great separation. Great separation. He's cleaning the Gundicha Mandir with tears of his love. With tears of his love. So this is basically the significance of Rath Yatra. When Jagannath Ji is being pulled by Mahaprabhu and his associates, this requires a summit of separation and then Sambhoga. Ultimately, this Sambhoga union of the Lord and Srimati Radharani is what is happening when we pull the Rath. So when devotees pull the Rath in the Rath Yatra, they are also feeling, I am pulling you to Vrindavan. Why are you in Dwaraka? And our identity is that we are Vrajvasis. This is the identity of someone who is pulling the Rath. Why are you in Dwaraka? Come to Vrindavan. So this is the best meditation. One who's pulling the Rath in this mood, this is the highest Samadhi. Highest Samadhi. Where you are meditating yourself being a part of the Leela of the Lord, of course, advanced stage. But at least we can understand ourselves as the servant of 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 the Vrajvasis. Because we are not qualified to be Vrajvasis. We are not born there, unfortunately. But we can consider ourselves a servant in some capacity or way of the Vrajvasis who are fortunate enough to be born, in the land where Krishna performed his beautiful, sweet, esoteric pastimes. So when Mahaprabhu was in Puri, I just finished with this pastime, So I just want to give a glimpse of what the Rath Yatra is about. So before talking about Lord Jagannath and how did Mahaprabhu, what was his pastime, so how did he perform Kirtana, what did he experience, and how did he pull the Rath, and what was going on in his mind, and how did he clean the Gundicha Mandir, all of that. Before we go, I wanted to give a glimpse, what Rath Yatra is about. You should not think maybe Rath Yatra as a place. I go to Novi or Farmington Hills or Ann Arbor or Canton and I put my best kurta or kurti and I put my Indian clothes and I eat some samosa and cutlet and dosa and I come back, right? So we should not think like that. Okay, for a normal person, but we ourselves, we should have this bhav, right? So Our festivals are celebrated well only when we have the right understanding of the bhav. If not, they become another occasion to just eat sweets, right? Which we are anyway eating, right? So we should, that's why we are eating Chaitanya Charitamrita. So when Mahaprabhu, it's a very nice pastime of Mahaprabhu, where, see, always in the Leela of the Lord, Dharma is present, always. But this Dharma is not the predominant piece in his pastimes. But Dharma serves to create a tension because of which Leela can happen. I can give you an example. So the gopis, when they saw Krishna leave, they felt like crying. But they didn't want to cry because crying means it's inauspiciousness. So they didn't want anything inauspicious when Krishna is involved. So they resisted their crying. So this is a dharma they are following. But this is not the real dharma. This dharma is a servant of the rasa. Servant of the rasa. So usually we say the Lord Ramachandra went to the forest and this is dharma, pitruvakya paripalanam. This is a very external understanding of Ramayana. But if you go to the internal understanding, there is also rasa involved, where Dasharatha Maharaj is experiencing Vipralamba Bhav from Lord Ramachandra and is dying in agony and separation. And many gopis, if you see in Bhagavatam, they leave the body like that. One husband or relative say, hey gopi, you cannot go and meet Krishna. She cannot sustain her body. So she embraces the Lord from within her heart. She meditates on Krishna. She embraces that Krishna and leaves her body. Because she could not sustain her life without seeing the Lord. And everyone is going. Right? Artha means suffering. Artha. So there is so much suffering. Krishna says, Chaturvidha bachante mam chano sukritino arjuna artha artharth jignasu jnani cha varadarshava. So our situation is that we are in artha. Our margam is not artharthi jignasu or jnani. Ours is actually artha, suffering, either materially or spiritually. So we go to Krishna in arti, suffering, not arati, arti. Arati is different. Arati means, artha means suffering. Anyway, so coming back, so Mahaprabhu is exhibiting a strictness in one of his pastimes because Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is the Asthana Vidwan of Jagannath Puri. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is the Parama Vedanti, he's very elevated, and because of Mahaprabhu's association, he comes on the side of Mahaprabhu. Right? Mahaprabhu convinces someone in a very nice way. He will not say you are wrong. He'll never make you feel you are defeated, and then he will bring you to his side, like how he did Keshava Kashmiri and many others. He will never make someone feel that he is losing. That is how Krishna conquers us. Krishna never makes us feel we are losing when we give to Krishna. If we at all we have to surrender, we have to feel I'm gaining Krishna, the wealth of the wealth. Then only we can surrender. We can't do an activity when we feel we are the losers. We can't do that activity. It's not possible. Right? So Mahaprabhu, Prataparudra, who is the king, he sees Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, you are the Asthana Vidwan. I heard Mahaprabhu staying in your place only. Yes, but we need another place. So Mahaprabhu arranged another place in the house of Kashi Mishra. So if you go to Jagannath Puri today, you'll exactly see that place. This place is called Gambira. Gambira is the place where Mahaprabhu stayed in Puri. Exactly where Mahaprabhu stayed. You can actually see. And maybe I can even show if you turn on the projector. So, in Prataparudra, he's saying, I want to meet Krishna. So I want to meet Mahaprabhu. Can you arrange? Can you arrange? Sorry? Yeah, project, yes, so that I can share the photo. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya told Yes, but to arrange a meeting with you is very difficult. I can't arrange a meeting with you. It's not possible. Why? Because he's very detached, right? He's detached from all worldly affairs and he never meets kings, right? And then Mahaprabhu comes back, he goes to South India Yatra and then he comes back to Jagannath Puri. And at that point of time, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is proposing to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So there is a king, Pratap Rudra, who wants to meet you. Who wants to meet you. Are you ready to meet? In this way, he is asking. Immediately, Mahaprabhu, when he heard his proposal, he closed his ears and said, Diya Prabhu smare Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. Sarvabhauma kaha kena ayogya vachana. Why do you say some ayogya vachana? Don't say this. Don't say this. Virakta sannyasi ama raja darshana, stri darshana sama vishera bhakshana. I'm in the renounced order of life. Virakta sannyasi amara. Raja darshan, to have darshan of rajas. And stri darshan, to see women. Sama vishera bhakshana. Give me some poison. But don't ask me to meet the king. Pratap Rudra, do not take a selfie with Pratap Rudra today. Right? These days the yogis do, whenever they go to, they feel very privileged to meet someone's president. Right? They feel very like, these popes or whomever. They feel, oh, this, I'm very fortunate to meet this king. I'm very fortunate to meet this actor. This actor came to the temple. Oh, dhanya, dhanya, dhanya. This actress came to the temple. Dhanya, dhanya, dhanya. Right? So Mahaprabhu did not feel like that. Mahaprabhu felt, I should not meet a sadhu. I should not meet a king. Right? This is what. And he says this very nice shloka. You can repeat after me. Maybe I'll share my screen. निष्किञ्चनस्य भगवद्भजनोन्मुखस्य पारं परं जिगमिशोर्भवसागरस्य सन्दर्शनं विषयिणामथ योषितां च हा हन्त हन्त हा हन्त हन्त विषभक्षतामपि असाधु. Someone can read the translation.
Greatly lamenting the Lord, then informed Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, alas for a person who is seriously desiring to cross the material ocean and engage in the transcendental loving service of the Lord without material motives, seeing a materialist engaged in sense gratification or seeing a woman who is similarly interested is more abominable than drinking poison willingly.
So this is Mahaprabhu's mood. But we will not be scared of Mahaprabhu's mood like that. This dharma of a sannyasi is there to engineer separation from Pratap Rudra. There will be more and more pastimes where Pratap Rudra tries so much. Mahaprabhu said, I will not meet a Vishayi. He's a great devotee. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is telling. So, though he is a great devotee, he is still to be considered a venomous snake. Similarly, even though women be made of wood, one becomes agitated by simply touching her form. So Mahaprabhu is telling, if you continue to speak like this, Bhattacharya, you will not see me again. I leave from your place. Then Bhattacharya said, okay, fine. I will not say anything more. But then he says that to Pratap Rudra, he becomes very morose. And then all the associates of Mahaprabhu will do a strategy meeting somehow for Pratap Rudra to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And after this meeting is done, so the reason I mentioned this pastime is because what covers Mahaprabhu's heart is something that Pratap Rudra does during Rath Yatra. And what he does is Pratap Rudra, many things that actually captivates Mahaprabhu. And Pratap Rudra brooms the road with his own hand with a broomstick. That attracts the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That softens his heart. Right? So I don't want to say more right now. But the point is, so how Prataprudra convinces, softens the heart of Mahaprabhu ultimately to get his mercy is very interesting. So I'll stop here. Any questions or comments are welcome.
Today the tradition is followed, right?
Yes, correct.
Where the king of Orissa, he grooms, before the Rath Yatra begins, he grooms the path of the.
So just before the question, this is where exactly Gambhira, the house of Kashi Mishra, right? So where if you go exactly to this place, you can go through this small window, you can see actually the deity I just showed right now, where Mahaprabhu stayed actually. I don't know if there is a video in Instagram. If you see, this is the Kashi Mishra's house. Okay, you can stop sharing. Any questions or comments are welcome. Is Krishna in the mood of Radharani?
So why does he feel separation? He has to pull the rod to take things to Radharani. Because he could have embraced the Mahaprabhu then and there.
So the mood is that he's observing the Rath Yatra festival. The Rath Yatra festival is that, as I said, Gundicha represents the place where they are pulling the Rath. And Mahaprabhu, because he is in the mood of Radharani in intense separation from Krishna, Rath Yatra becomes most relevant, most pertinent, most suited when Mahaprabhu is in the picture. Because he's imbibing the mood of Radhika itself, like Radharani herself. Is that clear? Yeah, so he's not thinking this Rath Yatra is a Rath Yatra festival. He's thinking this, I'm bringing Jagannathji to Vrindavan. So he's Gundicha Mandir is Kurukshetra for Mahaprabhu. For us, it is still a geographical place in Puri. And Jagannath Mandir is a geographical place in. Yeah, there are. So the thing is, the Vrajvasis are bringing to Vrindavan. I'm sorry, my bad. Yeah. So Gundicha is Vrindavan, but this whole mood, bhav, is happening in the minds of the gopis when they are in Kurukshetra. So they are bringing it to Vrindavan. So I'm mistaken. So Gundicha Mandir is Vrindavan, but this bhav is happening in the minds of the gopis when they are in Kurukshetra. That they want to pull Krishna to Vrindavan. Yeah. Dwaraka, yes, correct.
Puri is Kurukshetra and they can bring Krishna to Vrindavan. Because the meeting happened in the Kurukshetra. So that means Puri is the Kurukshetra.
Okay, you're right, Prabhu. Yes. So you're right. So I was mistaken. So Puri is again, so where Krishna is in the mood of Dwaraka as a king, but that place is Kurukshetra, Sachinadan Prabhu rightly said. Right? No, it is right. You are right. I was mistaken. So the place in Jagannath Puri is still that the Rath Yatra festival, that he is in the mood of that he is a Dwaraka king, but he is in Kurukshetra. And the Vrajvasis are pulling Krishna from when he is in Kurukshetra to Vrindavan in Gundicha. Yeah. So I just confused the moods and the place itself. Sorry. This Friday is Rath Yatra. Very nice. Yes.
26th is Gundicha.
Very nice. Yeah.
So Gundicha is basically a place almost.
Gundicha is the wife of Indradimna Maharaj. I mean, we'll discuss that maybe next week. Yeah, go ahead.
Discuss about next week, but geographically Gundicha is not far from Gundicha. It's almost like if you see the Rath Yatra, because we just went to Puri, I remember when the temple is there and it's like hardly few, maybe a kilometer away. That's the Gundicha temple. So just recently, last week, this one is Bhakti Maharaj was mentioning that. So Jagannath Ji, the previous day of Rath Yatra is usually Gundicha Mandir, where they clean the Gundicha temple to invite Jagannath, because Jagannath comes to Gundicha only once a year. He stays there for 9 days. And the 9th day or 10th day, he stays there for 9 days. After that, the Ulta Rath happens, where he again goes from Gundicha back to Puri temple. So it is just last week Maharaj was mentioning, as well as Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj, that to take darshan of Jagannath Ji in Gundicha, whoever takes in those 9 days, which is why it's extremely crowded those 9 days, is because it is actually, one gets million times more benefit than seeing the Lord in the Puri temple, like for the reason that Prabhu mentioned right now.
Hari Hari.
He is in the mood of Dham.
Yeah, correct. Very nice. Hari Hari.
So those 9 days, that's really special.
Thank you, Divya. Any other corrections, questions?
Question on the Mahaprabhu's thing. You know this respect, but one mistake, isn't it too harsh on the king?
That is how the sannyasi has to feel. So, for every person who's trying for IIT, he has to say every message is for me, like, this is like poison. I'm not going to touch the phone because he wants to go to IIT. Right? So, we can understand from my own sense, like, what is there here? It's too much. But Mahaprabhu is exhibiting the standard of how a sannyasi, how strict he has to be. He's exhibiting the, what do you say, the achar, the conduct.
Like the chance of falling down. So, very particular some strict parameters in the sannyasis also. They don't even speak with opposite gender. They don't even go to a place where there is so much like Bhogeshwari. The king is the one who is representative, who has all the positions. I think associated with the person who has all the positions also fall down, because there is a chance that he may also tend to desire those positions, thus fall down. For him, the falling down is the biggest effort to avoid that thing. He did mention, I think, so what the world thinks actually if I'm associated with the king, like he's a sannyasi and he's associated with the king, so that's not so nice. So the different aspects that comes. Thanks for all those things, and he's equaling to snake. So far, it's like complete opposite. One completely renounced, other guy is fully exactly.
Yeah, but Pratap Rudra is a devotee. Yeah, but Ramananda Rai, I mean, Mahabharata Charitamrita is very, complex. Ramananda Rai is a mayor of Chennai at that 500 years ago, and Mahaprabhu interacts freely with Ramananda Rai. You see? Yeah.
He says
very nice.
Eating because that devotee instructed me to mention.
That is also there. That is also there. But Ramananda Rai is so liberal. He will teach women to dance. Right? In the sense, he's like very intimately he goes with women. But Mahaprabhu is very he's not like, okay, you are associating with women, because he's teaching dance. He has to teach all the abhinayam, how you have to do this, do that. So Ramananda Rai is teaching natakam, like how to perform this natakam while dancing. And Ramananda Rai is teaching the abhinayam, which means he has to touch the women, touch the girls. You have to do like this, do like that. He was a dance teacher also. So Mahaprabhu doesn't seem to have a problem with that. So this is what I'm saying, right? It's very complex. As a Mahaprabhu, exactly, different situations he's exhibiting pastime. That's why I'm saying, right? The dharma is in the service of rasa in Mahaprabhu's pastime. Right? When you go internal. External, you can see that he's a sannyasi, like that. That is also there. So externally, he's exhibiting the maryada of a sannyasi. Internally, there is also a function of rasa that's happening under the, banner, umbrella of this dharma. right? That is making it more richer, that is making it more sweet, that is making it more dynamic. That's called Leela, how the Leela unfolds. Right? That's what makes it more exciting. Yeah. Because Lord Rama suddenly feels like I have to go to 14 years, like that makes it enriching, right? So the Leela, then Ram Leela unfolds, right? Like that. Okay. Thank you, devotees.